Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for Thursday, June 20th, 2024. Of course, I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. And as always, if you can, please like, share, and subscribe. It actually helps the channel quite a bit. And if you're interested in more detailed information, like what's going on in the tropics right now, and when we will ever see a break in this hot and humid weather pattern, definitely check out the premium consulting membership, only $15 a month. And it's well worth all of the data that you are paying for. So it's certainly something that a lot of people are happy with. So check it out. Currently on our surface map, it is getting muggy out there. Our temperatures are rapidly rising through the mid to upper 70s on the immediate coast and around Long Island. Everywhere else are pushing into the upper 70s to lower 80s. Notice our dew points here now pushing into the mid to upper 60s, touching 70 degrees. If you were able to get some drier air yesterday, today unfortunately is going to be very difficult to pull off with humidity increasing throughout the region. It's a hot and humid day. And if you were able to avoid the quote unquote heat wave influences, which is basically 90 and above, let's say you've been stuck at around 89 or so, well, everyone except for the extreme immediate coast and for Long Island itself will be pushing into the 90s today. So you are joining the party if you've been able to avoid it. Now, a lot of other locations are officially going to be reaching that heat wave criteria with 3 days of 90-degree or higher weather. And unfortunately, not much in terms of relief for today in terms of thunderstorms. You could see a few isolated thunderstorms to the north here, like around northern Connecticut, Hudson River Valley, the Catskills and the Poconos, maybe northern New Jersey. But with the temperatures being so hot, it's going to be difficult for those thunderstorms to develop. And what we're going to be watching for is these little troughs like this one up here and this one right here passing to our north that could spark a few thunderstorms. You can see a few showers here over portions of north central and northwestern Pennsylvania. So that's going to be the key factor here. Will we get enough of a shortwave like this little trough here to spark a thunderstorm or two? Because if not, it's just going to remain hot and humid and hazy and muggy and disgusting out. I think that's the key word there. Disgusting out. It's just going to be very soupy. And you can see that in the visible satellite picture. You see this haze? This is the amount of moisture in the atmosphere. Okay, so very tropical. Now, what we're going to be watching for is that you see this little feature right here. So he's kind of coming off the Appalachian Mountains. We'll see whether or not it's a strong enough trigger to destabilize the weather pattern, to destabilize the atmosphere, to support a few thunderstorms to spark. If it doesn't, it'll just produce a few fair weather cumulus, and that's about it. So we'll be keeping an eye on that throughout much of the day. And when we take a look at our infrared satellite picture and zoom out, you can see the expanse of our Western Atlantic Ridge, our Bermuda High. This is a little tropical disturbance that we're going to be watching heading towards the Florida coast. No threat to us, but it could be a little bit of a rainfall threat for northeastern Florida by the end of this week, by tomorrow evening. So we'll certainly keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, the next threat for a real cold front, well, we have a cold front that's going to try to press south here tomorrow and Saturday and possibly produce a few scattered showers and thunderstorms, especially around the New York City metro. Philadelphia metro is just going to remain steamy and hot, and someone could touch 100 degrees if we get enough substance or sinking air over the Delaware River Valley. And then this cold front right here, which I am more concerned about for Monday, this one could produce some severe thunderstorms because you have a true polar air mass trying to drive out, at least for a day or so, this tropical air mass. And so you have all the factors coming together. You have a thermal gradient with our cold front, strong frontal genesis. You have plenty of tropical moisture to lift. You have a cold, dry air mass aloft that will help to destabilize and create a pretty strong cape. We could be looking at cape values over 1,500 joules per kilogram. And you have vertical wind shear. So when you combine those factors, that's all signals that could support severe thunderstorms. So certainly keep an eye on that for Monday. So here we are for our forecast for today. Hazy, hot and humid. High temperatures ranging from the lower to mid 80s on Long Island, mid to upper 80s on the immediate shore, immediate coast, basically the beach. and lower to mid 90s everywhere else, with a heat index pushing through the mid 90s, possibly a few lower 100s in there. So it is going to be a hot and humid day. Be prepared, drink plenty of water, try to stay cool. You know the rules here. When it comes to heat, you don't want to be caught unprepared. Now, by tomorrow morning, it'll be muggy with low temperatures in the upper 60s to lower 70s throughout the region. For tomorrow afternoon, again, we'll watch this cold front, see how far south it's able to get, with the potential for some scattered showers and thunderstorms over the northern interior around the New York City metro. I think Philadelphia pretty much remains hot and steamy, with high temperatures ranging from the mid to upper 80s on Long Island and around Connecticut, lower to mid 90s everywhere else, with hazy, hot, and humid conditions and a heat index pushing close to 100 degrees. For Saturday, that stationary front stays right around Connecticut, and that's going to lead to, again, the threat for a few scattered showers and thunderstorms around the New York City metro on northward. Hot and hazy and humid and disgusting around the Philadelphia metro, with low temperatures ranging from the upper 60s to lower 70s over the interior in your suburbs, mid to upper 70s in your urban areas. High temperatures ranging from the lower to mid 80s on Long Island, possibly a few upper 70s right on the South Shore of Long Island, but lower to mid 80s for much of the rest of Long Island. Mid to upper 80s on the immediate coast, and upper 80s to lower 90s in the interior, lower to mid 90s in the Delaware River Valley, with a heat index near 100 degrees. On Sunday, the stationary front lifts northward. We are in a hot and humid air mass throughout the entire region, yes, even Long Island, with temperatures ranging from the lower to mid 80s on Long Island, but feeling more like the upper 80s to mid 90s because of the heat index. Upper 80s to lower 90s along the immediate coast, upper 80s to lower 90s over the interior, and lower to mid 90s in the Delaware River Valley. Again, watch out for that heat index pushing close to 100 degrees because of the heat and humidity. On Monday, here comes our cold front with showers and thunderstorms. Now, timing still has to be worked out with the cold front, so that'll be a factor. Most likely, we'll be dealing with a prefrontal trough as well, so it could be multiple waves of showers and thunderstorms. But this is going to be your best potential for some severe thunderstorms on Monday. Look for low temperatures in the mid to upper 60s over the northern interior, lower to mid 70s in your suburbs, and upper 70s to lower 80s in your urban areas, because the urban areas are really retaining that heat at this point. High temperatures will range from the upper 70s to lower 80s over the northern interior, mid to upper 80s along the coast, and upper 80s to mid 90s in the Delaware River Valley. Again, a lot of these temperatures kind of depend on the timing of the cold front and also these other thunderstorms moving through. If we have a lot of thunderstorms moving through, we may not actually push into the 90s. We may be around 89, but it feels like a steam bath. So we'll see how that all plays out. On Tuesday, high pressure builds in with drier air. This is going to feel like a major relief. Tuesday sounds like a beautiful day with low temperatures in the upper 50s to lower 60s over the northern interior, mid to upper 60s along the coast, and high temperatures ranging from the lower to mid 80s over the northern interior, mid to upper 80s along the coast, and upper 80s to lower 90s in the Delaware River Valley, but low humidity. So 89 will feel like 89, 92 will feel like 92. On Wednesday, well, the humidity returns as our Bermuda High reestablishes itself with a southwesterly wind. Look for low temperatures in the mid to upper 60s over the northern interior, lower to mid 70s along the coast. High temperatures will range from the lower to mid 80s on Long Island, upper 80s to lower 90s along the coast, lower to mid 90s away from the coast, with that heat index returning back into the mid to upper 90s, possibly touching 100 degrees. On Thursday, another cold front will be moving through with showers and thunderstorms. Low temperatures in the upper 60s to lower 70s over the interior, lower to mid 70s along the coast. High temperatures ranging from the lower to mid 80s throughout the region, but it'll feel steamy. So it'll most likely feel more like the upper 80s to lower 90s, a steam bath out there with waves of showers and thunderstorms. That is your forecast discussion for today. Have a wonderful day, and as always, stay safe out there.